Good afternoon. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to afternoon news source only here at Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune page on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. led the nation in marking the 128th Independence Day at the Rizal Monument and Quirino Grandstand, honoring national heroes through flag raising and wreath-laying ceremonies, alongside calls for unity and a just society. President Marcos publicly acknowledged Senator Sherwin Gatchalian as Senate President during Independence Day events in Manila, as he urged Filipinos to uphold unity, integrity, and national responsibility. Vice President Sara Duterte warned that corruption remains a major threat to the Philippine freedom, saying misuse of public funds deprives citizens of essential services and urging accountability and good governance. Groups staged protests across Metro Manila calling for action on corruption, poverty, and foreign military presence, while authorities deployed nearly 90,000 police personnel to secure Independence Day events nationwide. The DFA said China's sanctions on Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. and his family are not right but remain Beijing's prerogative as the Philippines continues diplomatic engagement over the issue. Fuel prices may see mixed adjustments next week, with diesel expected to drop by up to 4 pesos per liter, while gasoline could rise up by up to 1 peso amid global supply and demand shifts. A party list advocating for athletes' welfare is calling for a full investigation into the deaths of two Ateneo basketball players who drowned during a team-building activity in Aurora, urging authorities to review safety protocols and accountability measures. Taylor Swift has become the youngest woman inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame at 36, recognized for her songwriting impact and multi-genre success across a 20-year career. Today is June 12, 2026, Friday, and I'm Kate Villar bringing you today's top stories. Let's get started. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. led the nation in celebrating the 128th anniversary of Philippine independence and nationhood at the Rizal National Monument and Quirino Grandstand. Joined by the First Family, the President led the flag-raising and wreath-laying ceremonies in honor of Jose Rizal and the country's heroes. Marcos then attended the main Independence Day program themed Ang Kalayaang Pinapangarap, which highlighted the Filipino people's aspirations for a humane, just, united, and compassionate society. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. also publicly recognized Senator Sherwin Gatchalian as Senate President for the first time during the 128th Independence Day celebration at the Quirino Grandstand in Manila. The President acknowledged Gatchalian during the program and later greeted him during the wreath-laying ceremony at the Rizal Monument. In his Independence Day address, Marcos urged Filipinos to continue loving, choosing, and fighting for the country, stressing the importance of unity, integrity, and shared responsibility in overcoming national challenges and securing a better future for the next generation.
And the honorable members of the House of Representatives, Senate President Pro Tem Sherwin Gatchalian, the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, and the honorable members of the House of Representatives.
Meanwhile, Vice President Sara Duterte marked the 128th Independence Day by warning that corruption remains a major threat to the Philippine sovereignty and freedom. Speaking in Davao City, Duterte said public officials who misuse government funds deprive Filipinos of essential services, opportunities, and hope. She stressed that every peso lost to corruption affects education, healthcare, and development projects. Drawing lessons from the country's struggle for independence, Duterte urged Filipinos to stand for truth, accountability, and good governance, saying freedom must be protected not only from foreign threats, but also from abuses within the government.
um, ang pagtanakaw ng kalayaan natin at soberanya natin hindi lang nangyayari kapag meron tayong foreign invaders. Nawawala din ang ating kalayaan at ating soberanya kapag ang ating mga opisyal sa gobyerno ay malasindikato sa pagnanakaw ng pera ng bayan.
Several groups staged actions across Metro Manila on Independence Day, calling for action against corruption, poverty, housing issues, and foreign military presence. Demonstrations were held in Manila and Quezon City, with participants urging the government to prioritize social services, education, jobs, and housing. Some groups
Ang
Some groups also called for the repeal of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement or EDCA. Meanwhile, the Philippine National Police deployed nearly 90,000 personnel nationwide to secure Independence Day activities and maintain peace and order during the commemorative events. Foreign Affairs Secretary Maria Teresa Lazaro said China's decision to sanction Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. and his family was not right, but acknowledged it as Beijing's sovereign prerogative. China recently barred Teodoro, his wife, and child from entering mainland China, Hong Kong, and Macau, citing remarks it claimed harmed its interests and bilateral relations. Lazaro said the Philippines would continue engaging Chinese authorities on the issue. Teodoro, meanwhile, vowed to continue defending the country's interests despite the sanction imposed against him and his family. Motorists may see mixed fuel price adjustment next week, with diesel expected to post a significant rollback while gasoline prices could increase anew. Based on market estimates, diesel prices may drop by as much as 4 pesos per liter due to improving supply conditions and easing prices in middle distillates. Meanwhile, gasoline could rise by 50 centavos to 1 peso per liter amid tightening global inventories and sustained demand. Industry players also noted that ongoing tensions in the Middle East continue to influence global oil prices and market sentiment. A party list advocating for athletes' welfare is calling for a full and transparent investigation into the deaths of two Ateneo basketball players who reportedly drowned during a team building activity in Aurora. The MPBL party list led by Kenneth Duremdes urged authorities, including the Philippine National Police, to examine all circumstances surrounding the incident, including safety measures and rescue response. The group also called on education and sports agencies to review guidelines for off-campus activities, stressing that negligence, if proven, must be held fully accountable to prevent similar tragedies in the future. Pop superstar Taylor Swift has become the youngest woman ever inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame at age 36, marking another milestone in her record-breaking career. Swift became eligible 20 years after releasing her debut single Tim McGraw in 2006. The 14-time Grammy winner has released 12 albums across multiple genres and remains one of the best-selling artists in the world. Did you know that the Intramuros in Manila is known as the historic walled city of the Philippines? Built during the Spanish colonial period, it once served as a center of political, military, and religious power in the country. Today, Intramuros is a popular heritage destination featuring centuries-old churches, forts, museums, and cobblestone streets that reflect its rich history. Despite wars and destruction during World War II, It has been carefully restored, offering visitors a glimpse into Manila's colonial past and cultural legacy. Viral on Facebook now is a video uploaded by Capitina showcasing a skit in which the barista is blamed for a mistaken order. Let's watch this.
Choco Monster to? Ay, kala ko matcha latte. Ano po ba kulay ng Choco Monster? Brown. Ano kulay ng matcha? Green. Oh, hindi sa'yo to. Gachi, mali yung nagawa ko order. Choco Monster to? Ay.
That's all for now. Join us again at 4:30 p.m. Still here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune page on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. Once again, I'm Kate Villar for Tribune News on Q.